Alright, now we're going to combine like terms. We're going to combine numbers that are the same. Now I'm going to use the same colors we used in class to help remind you what we were doing. Okay, so if the numbers have the same x, okay, they are the same. So if I have 3x and 6x and 6, actually let's do, if I have 5x, 4x, and 7, okay, 5x and 4x, actually let's use the same colors I did before. 5x and 4x are the same. 7 is different because it has no x. Okay, so that will get a different color and a different shape. Okay, and then what I can do is put these two together. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. Okay, so I think I need a little bit different color here, a little thickness. Okay, let's use that one. And then I also will need. Okay. All right, so the first one. Okay, number 16. I first put a circle around the first number. This has x, so I go to whatever number has x. 7 does not, 6 does, and it's negative. Okay, so now I'm going to put these two together, and I'm adding. Okay, I have plus and minus, so that means I'm going to add. So the 3 is plus, the 6 is minus. Okay, and don't forget it's x, 6x and 3x, different box. 6 minus 3, 6x, or minus 3x, or just 6 minus 3 is 3. And don't forget x. And the bigger number is 6, so it's minus. Okay, and then the other one, okay, is the 7. And the 7 is by itself. If you want to use a highlighter on the quiz, I'm totally okay with that. Okay, and if it's by itself, then I just bring it down. And that's my answer. Okay. Okay, now number 17. I first start with a circle on the first number. This number has no x. 4 has an x. That has an x. And remember that this number is a 1. So we can put a 1 there just to remind us that's not just a 0 or something like that. Okay. And then the 7, the minus 7, has no x. So those are the same. Okay. So now we'll go to the other numbers. Okay. So negative 4x. Okay. I'll put a triangle. Actually, let's put, so you guys can see it. And then the 1 also has an x. So we're going to put those together. Okay, so first let's do the 5 and the 7. Okay, the 5 is positive. The 7 is minus. Okay, it has a minus. Different box, 7 minus 5 is 2. 7 is bigger, so minus. Okay, and then we're going to go to the numbers with x. So now these two numbers, okay, negative 4, so 4x here, and then 1 is positive, so that goes here. 4 minus 1 is 3, and don't forget x because these numbers have x, and the bigger number is 4, so it's minus. So negative 2 minus 3x, and then don't forget, put your answer over here. So the first one was minus 3x plus 7. Number 17 was minus 2 minus 3x. Okay? Now the next one. Okay, I start with a circle here. 4x squared. Okay? Now remember, this has to have the 2. That's really important. They have to have a 2 to be the same. Does anything else have a 2? Just the 10. Okay, 2x has no little 2 here, the exponent. Okay, so the only ones that are the same, okay, are going to be 4 and 10 because they have the 2. This is not the same. Okay, so this 2 is going to get a different shape. Okay, because that's 2x. Now I need to look for another number with just x. The 3 has no x, so that's a whole nother shape. Okay, we'll do yellow, let's say square around that one. Okay, so those are different. So again, we're only going to put together the ones that are the same. Okay, so now the 4 and the 10. Now if you notice, they're both plus. 4, 10, same box, positive 14. But they also have x squared. So I need to put x and squared. Okay, then I have the 2x, negative 2x, and it's by itself, so just bring it down. And remember, it's minus 2x, so we put the minus. Okay, and then the last one will be the 3, which is also by itself, so I just bring it down. Okay, plus 3. Okay, and there's my answer. And I'll make sure I write that completely over here on the right. So 14x squared minus 2x plus 3. Okay, now number 19. Well, it's still plus and still add, subtract to combine like terms, but now I have these parentheses. Okay? But what I want to do is get rid of the parentheses. And to do that, first I need to change the signs. If you want to get rid of parentheses, change those signs first. That's plus and minus, which becomes minus. So now I'm going to write this again. Once I change that to minus, oops, I didn't want that. This becomes minus. So now I can take away all the parentheses. And now this is minus 12x and minus 15. Now it's the same. Now I do the same thing. Circle around the first one. This has x, so I go to 12x minus 12x. Remember, don't forget the sign. And then the 9 and the 15 are different, so they're going to get a different color and shape. So the 9 is plus, and then 15 is minus. Okay, but they both are the same because they both don't have x. Okay, so now we're going to put the 3 and the 12 together. 3 is minus, so 3x goes there. And then 12 is minus, so 12x goes there. Same box. Add them together, 15x, and they're minus, so minus 15. And then for the other numbers, okay, the 9 and the 15. 15 is minus, nakas, and 9 is plus, jama, zayid. Different box, 15 minus 9. 15 minus 9, I have to think about it, count it out, and it's 6. Okay, and the 15 is bigger, so it's going to be minus 6. So I go over here, and I put my answer. Minus 15x, minus 6. Okay, I don't need to circle it. Okay, number 20. Okay, multiply using the distributive property. Okay, we've done this before. This is the last thing we did. Now, remember, it says multiply. So you're not going to do any adding or subtracting. Okay, so remember, this is simply the number is touching the parenthesis. It's touching here. This, if there's a plus right here, or if it's a minus right here, then the x, or the number, this is not touching. This is touching, because the number, there's nothing between. So this would be add, subtract. This is multiply. Okay? So that's what we're doing here, is just multiplying. So 8 times x, you just put, if it's just a letter, you put 8 and x together. Okay, then you multiply 8, multiply 5. Okay, don't forget to multiply both. And again, if I don't know what that is, 8 multiply 5, well, that's just 8 5 times. 8 plus 8, 16. And we did this actually on the other page. Plus 8 is 24, plus 8, 32, plus 8, 40. So this is going to be 40. Okay? And careful. Pay attention. Is it negative? Is it positive? So we need to know. Okay, but these are all positive, so I don't need anything. Remember, if I'm multiplying, I can use the triangle, but here I didn't really need it. Okay? I use it when I have negatives. Okay, now this one, a little more. Okay, so first let's do triangle. We're going to do triangle here and triangle here, because we're going to remember we multiply twice. We multiply here and here. So for the first number, okay, we have negative and positive, negative 4, positive 3, so the first number is negative. Okay, then the second one is going to be negative 4 and negative 6, so the second number is going to be positive. And I think I just said positive, so I mean negative for the first one, positive for the second one. Okay, first, 4 times 3. Again, this is 3 4s, or 3 3, or 4 threes. Okay, so we'll count on 4 threes. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. So the first number is 12. But don't forget, there's an x, so put down the x. Okay, then 4 times 6, well, that's 4 sixes, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24. So that answer is 24. And remember, careful with the signs. Okay, so let's write in our answers that we have so far. Okay, so for the first one, 20, we have 8x plus 40, and then negative 12x plus 24. Okay, now, the last one. Now, the last one we didn't get a chance to go over. Okay, but you can do this. So first, so this is a hard one, okay, but I know you can do it if you study it. So first, let's put in a number here, because there's no number. Okay, it's negative 1. Now we have a fraction. Okay, so what I'm going to do is rewrite this again, because I can't multiply unless I have two fractions. So negative 1 over 1x. So what I'm going to do is in order to multiply them, I have to put these numbers over 1. And now they both become fractions. So what I'm going to do is multiply these two together. So 5 1/5 times negative 1 over 1. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. When you multiply fractions, you go across this way. Okay? So 1 times negative 1, negative 1. 5 times 1, 5. Okay, so the first number is going to be negative 1 over 5, and then you bring down the x. And again, the reason I know it's negative is because for the first multiplying operation, 1/5 is positive, negative, and then the second number is negative. So I knew that was minus. Okay, now for the second one, 1/5 times 10 over 1. 1/5 is plus, and also 10 is plus, so I know it's going to be plus. Okay, so now I'm going to do 1/5 times 10 over 1. And again, when you multiply fractions, you multiply across. Okay, so 10 times 1, 1 times 10 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, then so now it's plus 10 over 5. Okay, but the last thing is I want to, if I can simplify, if I can make this smaller, I want to do that. I can't do 1 divide 5, so that stays the same. But this 10 over 5, 10 divide 5 is also equal to 2. Okay, so on the test, that's going to be like a bonus question. You didn't really get a chance to go over that very much. So that'll be like extra credit. Okay, so let's try one more just like that. Okay, so how about we have 1/3 times x minus, let's say, 9. Morning! And then, sorry, I was saying hi to Mr. Man. Okay, so remember, this is a 1, so we put these over 1. Okay, then first I'm going to multiply this and this. They're both plus, I already know the answer. That's going to be plus. Okay, the first number. Okay, so 1/3, 1 over 3, times 1 over 1. Okay, remember we multiply across. So then the answer will be 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. So for the first number, it's going to be 1 over 3. And then we bring down the x. Okay, now the second one, this has a negative, so I need to make sure I do this right. We're going to multiply 1 over 3 times 9 over 1. 1 over 3 is positive, 9 over 1 is negative, so we know the next answer is going to be minus, or negative. And again, multiply across. 1 times 9, okay, 1 times 9 is 9, and then 3 times 1 is 3. So this is going to be 9 over 3. And if I can reduce that, look at the second number. Well, the second number is 9 over 3. 9 divided by 3 is just 3. Okay, so that's my answer there. Alright, if you have any more questions, come and see me. Alright, bye.